Good morning, friends. This early morning session is dedicated to all the competitive aspirants who are willing to appear at various competitive exams in the forthcoming months. Friends, it is quite indispensable to learn certain words followed by prepositions because in any competitive exam 10 to 15 questions are always based on words followed by appropriate preposition. Now, these words often have prepositions with them, and the appropriateness of these the uses depends entirely on the practice. If a candidate is in habit of practicing words followed by preposition in day-to-day spoken English and conversing with his friends using different sentences while speaking, I think that will be a good idea to perpetuate the knowledge of using the words followed by preposition. It is not anticipated by the question setter that simply going through the words just before exam we will be able to attempt the question. In order to attempt such questions, it is equally important to know their uses and the application. And most frequently, if you are using these words in day-to-day spoken English, it will enrich and perpetuate your knowledge, and you'll be able to answer the questions very confidently. So we are taking five to eight words today, followed by prepositions. Yeah, the very first familiar word is acquaintance. Acquaintance with. Actually, acquainted is a verb. And get yourself acquainted with the syllabus of your competitive exams. And the same thing will be in noun form, acquaintance with. Well, what is the meaning of acquaintance with? To be familiar with, to be known to. We must get ourselves acquainted with the rules and regulations of the college. But the same thing will be in noun form. Yes, let us have acquaintance with our new professor. A new professor has been appointed by the university for your college, and you have not been acquainted with that person. So get your acquaintance with that person who has just joined the college. The second one is afflicted with. Actually, this is in a negative sense. Afflicted is to cause, to suffer, or cause pain or suffering. You see now, the growing untouchability in society in the past decades, the growing discrimination between man and man in the society has really afflicted humanity and has made us sample. Now, the same sentence can be said like that. The recent pandemic, COVID 19, has afflicted millions of people all over the world. Millions of our fellow brothers and sisters have been afflicted with the pandemic COVID 19. Alliance with, a union or association with. Yeah, BJP has an alliance with JDU in Bihar election recently. JDU and BJP had an alliance with. You may call it that alliance. Marriage is basically an alliance with with the souls of two different two different families. If two different souls from two different families has alliance with each other, that turns into a marriage. Yeah. Mm, Bear with, to suffer. Yeah, the increasing price rise of commodities has made us bear with the changes and compensate with the expenses. Yeah, beset with, full of. Yeah, life is beset with difficulties and challenges. We have to overcome them. मैंने जीवन में बहुत सारी समस्याएं हैं, उनको आपको, तो beset with means full of. Everyone's life is beset with challenges. We have to overcome. The sooner we overcome, the better it is. Compatible with. Compatible with means capable of. Yeah, we must learn to be compatible with the competitiveness of our counterparts, convergent with students, that means familiar with students must be convergent with the current affairs and the general awareness before appearing for competitive exams. Now, some questions that will be discussed now as as a prepositional, I mean phrases or words. So let us that also discuss with, or some more, I mean prepositional words which will be similar to that one. Deprived of, yeah, not having with. Yeah, many of the people in our society are deprived of the essential, essential commodities, essential needs, like, many of the families which is poorer or below the poverty line are deprived of the quality of life. They don't live a quality of life. They only feed themselves by a hook or crook to survive. So the underprivileged classes, or the marginalized classes of the society are deprived of the essential quality of life. Now then, come to devoid of, not having. Devoid means not having or lacking. Yeah, uh, that I mean that society is devoid of uh, good, I mean, quality of water supply. Yeah. Next one is uh, disapprove of. Officially refuse to approve anything, that is disapprove of. Yeah, the government has disapproved of the marriages on the name of love. That is why the government in Uttar Pradesh has come up with the resolutions against love jihad, and that is why we call it disapprove of. The government had disapproved of any marriages on the basis of treacherous, love. Dispose of, to get rid of. We must dispose of all our evils before we really become an acceptable soul. Then the one another one is fond of, liking for. Everybody has some, or we are fond of listening to good music. And the last one is guilty of. The thief was guilty of robbing ornaments from the jewelry house. So these are some of the uses that of words followed by preposition, and I'm sure it will help you compete with the several questions paper given in the competitive exam. This is your, I mean, AD Singh on the channel Easy English, your own channel. Thank you very much. Have a nice day ahead.